We're back down at the third stream on the two streams path, go figure that one. Yeah, I'm studying food at the moment in my environmental studies degree, second year of my degree. Really enjoying it, food and the mass production of food worldwide, obviously, and looking at the extremes of genetically modified crops and the way the world has gone down that route in one aspect to feed the world, but also the other aspect, the other extreme, I suppose, and looking at the amount of small organic style farming around the world that between 50 and 60% of food around the world for human beings is produced in that way on a smaller scale, under 50 acres. So yeah, I've had that disputed a little bit in previous videos, but I did come up with some evidence. I just encourage people to go and have a look and look at reputable sources online. However, my point for putting it out there is to emphasise that there's still a lot of people that grow their own food around the world. And something I've touched on recently was a study out in the Czech Republic, former Czechoslovakia, former communist country, who have had to rely, because of their economy and the way their society was organised under communism, they've got very, very used to up to 60% of their own food grown in that country that they consume every week. And that was within the last 10 years. It'd be interesting to know whether that's still the case. So it's an older study, but very interesting, I thought, and it was looking at why people do it, what are the reasons behind it, and a lot of it was just economics. The system wasn't there like in the more developed countries like the UK, Germany, etc., to have the choice and provision of food at a reasonable price. But what my course is also encouraging us to look at as nations now, especially in countries like the UK, is potentially a move back to that, but it would require huge shifts in society and our economics, and from an employment point of view, giving people structures within families, giving people the time to be able to do that. And obviously we've got a weather issue as well here in the UK. The higher you go up from the south coast of England, the cooler it is, quite naturally. But with climate change, in some ways, that is potentially going to change and is changing already. So yeah, lots we could discuss, but it's just an overview here of what I've been talking about recently. I'd really appreciate people's comments on their thoughts on food growing, seed banks, the fact that there's potentially, off the top of my head here, about 20 varieties of seed, between 20 and 50 varieties of seed that we're using now to feed the world, and they're getting more and more